The following video tutorial will explain how to fill in the information when you are adding or editing a product in PrestaShop 1.6. This tutorial begins a series about adding a product to your PrestaShop shop. We will be talking primarily about the Information tab. Let me give a quick explanation about the word tab. It is the same thing as viewing the information screen for a product in PrestaShop 1.6. PrestaShop's own documentation refers to these screens as tabs, so I use the word for uniformity. First, you'll need to be logged in to the administrator dashboard for PrestaShop. So here we are in the dashboard. Click on Catalog, and then click on Products. Before we add a product, I wanted to discuss the items at the top of the product screen that tell you the status of your store inventory at a glance. So you can see here items in stock by percentage, the average gross margin, the last 30 days of sales based on your product catalog, and also the disabled products within your store inventory. You can filter your products by category here, and these buttons right here allow you to add a new product, export your product list, import a product list, and then refresh your list if there's been any changes to your product inventory list. So here we're going to go ahead and click on Add a New Product. And then we see the information screen pop up. There are 3 different types of products that you can add. You have a standard product, a pack of existing products, and a virtual product. Now, a standard product is basically a physical product that's part of your store inventory. For example, if you sell t-shirts, the t-shirt that you sell is a standard product. Now, if you were to sell those t-shirts in multiple numbers and you have them in like packs of 10, then you would have a pack of existing products. If you were to sell something that's virtual, an example of that would be services like if you're an online reservation service for booking your plane tickets or booking hotel reservations, those are virtual products. Another example of a virtual product would be MP3 files, like songs that you would sell, or a PDF file for books. So those are the 3 types of products that you can have. We're going to keep it at a standard product. The next section has the names of the product and also different types of codes. And we're just going to briefly go through this to explain what these codes are. Now, if you notice that the name of the product has a little red star by it, this is the only required field that needs to be filled in when you create or add a product to your store. The name, once you fill it in, if you type in a name, like we'll just type in demo product, you can save the product, and then that product would be added to your store inventory. That's the only thing that you would need to add. The only required thing, I should say. But, there is a lot of different information for products, which we'll be covering here in this tutorial. The reference code is the code that you would make up for your product based on your business. So whatever internal code that you want to use, you would actually fill it in here. The EAN 13 or JAN code, these are 2 different codes that are used internationally. The EAN code is also called an International Article Number. And then the JAN code is for the Japanese article number. And here I'll show you different examples of each code. Here's an example of a European article number code, barcode. And here is an example of the Japanese article number. The last code that you can add is called the UPC barcode, and this is used primarily within the United States, Canada, Britain, Australia, and then New Zealand and some other countries. Here's an example of a UPC barcode. A quick note about the barcodes here in this section. You can only input the numbers for the barcode. The actual program by itself cannot generate the barcode numbers or the actual printed barcode. You can get an add-on program that you can add to PrestaShop to print it, or you can do this through third party. So once you have the codes in place, you can go to the next section, which allows you to show the product to your customer or not. So let's say that you add a new product and you're not ready to let it be seen by the general public. You can immediately disable it by saying no here. You can also further control the visibility of the product by going to the next section, which is called visibility. If you click on the drop-down menu, you can see that you can limit it to catalog only, search only, or not show it at all. At the same time, you can still have the product available for order by clicking on the checkbox under the options section. You can show the price or not show the price, and then they have an online option. Now the online option is available there in case you have what we call a brick and mortar store, a physical store that someone can walk in and buy products. If you check the online option for that product, then what would happen is if they were to actually go to the store, they would never see that product because it's only available in the online store. So on the web, the customer would see in the PrestaShop storefront, they would see that the product is available online only. Then they would know to not expect to see it in the store, in the brick and mortar store. The last option is called condition. If you're selling used products here, you can indicate the condition of your product. You can say if it's new or used or refurbished. The last three items that you can add for the information tab are the short description, the description of the product, and tags. The short description is used in product lists and also to basically just quickly describe the product. We'll show you a quick example of a product list. So here's a product list of casual dresses, and you can see the short description here. Below the short description is a section just labeled description. And basically it's a longer version of your short description. You have more details about the product here. You would find it in the storefront based on the theme. So if we go to the storefront and we look at a particular product, we'll go to the product page. You scroll down and you can see that the description is in the more info section of the default theme. So again, your content will vary based on your product, but the location of the detailed description will vary based on the theme that you use. The final section of the information tab is a section called tags. Tags lets a customer find a product based on a list of terms that will be listed somewhere on the page. It's like a quick search item. They often call it a tag cloud. So here for this particular product, which is the printed dress, we have a bunch of words here that we added, or tags for the product. If we go to the storefront again, you would need to locate the section where they have the tag cloud. And in this case, it's going to be under a category. So we look under the left-hand side here, and you'll see a block called tags. And here again, if I click on any one of these terms, it'll jump straight to the product where I had added those tags. So in this case, it jumps straight to the printed dress. Just as a quick reference, again, tags is a module that's already enabled by default, so you don't have to enable it in order to use tags. But if you were to look for it, you would actually go to the module section, and you can do a search for tags. And you'll see tags block, and you can configure it. And all it'll let you do is determine the number of tags that will be displayed. Once you've entered all of your information on the information tab for your new product, you would click on Save and Stay or Save, and that would save all your information. Thanks for listening to the tutorial on how to fill in the information tab for products within PrestaShop 1.6.